Today on Let's Fish TV, we're at Lake Hartwell, South Carolina. This place is beautiful. It has really nice water, clear water. Today we're going after striper, white bass, and maybe the occasional spotted bass you're not going to want to miss today. It's definitely going to be one that you'll remember. Let's Fish TV is on the air right now. Got him!
Look at that big fella right there.
Oh my goodness.
Woo! Look at that slab of rooski.
There we go. There's one. Oh, that's a good one there. Welcome to Let's Fish TV. I'm your host, Andrew Upshaw, and today we're at Lake Hartwell, South Carolina. We're gonna be doing a couple of different things today, from targeting white bass, striper, to also some big spotted bass. You know, we'll also have this week's fishing report from your local region from our insider reporters. Meantime, I'm gonna get the boat launched, get everything turned on and set up, and we'll see y'all here in just a minute, hopefully catching a big one. Hey guys, headed out on Lake Hartwell this morning, and we're going after stripers, white bass, and basically anything that bites. You know, the cool thing about fishing for stripers and white bass in this particular body of water is there's always that chance you're gonna catch a big spotted bass. So that's kind of what we're looking for today. It's kind of a mixture of everything. But you know, if I look at the deep dive app and see what we're dealing with today, it's gonna be a beautiful, beautiful day. It's supposed to be almost no wind, high sun, and just a lot of feeding fish. I mean, we're hitting a really good day. I've got a good feeling about how today's gonna go, and can't wait to bring y'all along for the ride. I hope y'all enjoy it. Let's get out there and see what we can do. It's another good white bass. There we go. Man, those white bass are fun. Heck yeah, there we go, guys. Welcome to Lake Hartwell. You know, we're out here chasing white bass today. You know, this is not a species of fish that you normally hear of people chasing, but it's definitely a lot of fun. You know, Lake Hartwell is a place that you can come catch a lot of different species of fish, and today that's exactly what we're gonna probably do. Probably try to catch some white bass, maybe some striper. The herring spawn is on right now, and this is the time of year that they really gang up and feed up, and it's not just bass, it's striper and it's white bass. Oh, man, there's nothing better than a topwater blow up by a striper. Holy cow, that's amazing. Oh, started the day catching a few white bass. Now we're catching us what came here looking for us. That's some big stripers. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad I upsized that leader. Went to a 12-pound leader, and I am thankful that I did. We are about to catch a bunch of striper today here on Hartwell. Golly. I think it might be bigger than any of them I caught last time I was here. That other one was about the same size as this one too. That broke me off. Oh, come here. Golly, these things are huge. Ugh. There we go. Ah, Check that out. Oh my gosh. Oh, I had him stuck good too. Man, Hartwell is known for some big fish, and this is the prime example of one of those really big fish. Golly. Anytime you can catch them on topwater or any type of moving bait, it is so much fun. Let's get this fish back and we'll talk to you here in just a second. Man, what a fish that was. You know, today we're on Lake Hartwell, and this place is a really cool place because you can do so many different things here. You can go catch striper, white bass, spotted bass, crappie. I mean, the possibilities are endless. And in South Carolina, this is the mecca. But today we're using a bait that is really near and dear to my heart. It's a bait that I take anywhere that the fish are chasing herring. Oh my gosh, they're still blowing up over there. I think those are spotted bass there. They are. But we're using a caffeine shad. The color of this is called Glacier. It's more of a transparent white with little purple flake. This is the perfect imitation for a herring that I have ever found. Now the difference between this and other soft plastic jerkbaits is this is a very heavy soft plastic jerkbait, so I can get extended casting distance and catch more fish. And that's what it's all about when you start talking about catching them on a soft plastic jerkbait. But I'm gonna show you how to do it today. I'm gonna show you why we do it and exactly how you can do this particular technique to catch some fish on your body of water. So I'm gonna get back to it. I'll see y'all here in just a minute.
Hey folks, it's time for your Carolinas Report, coming to you from Tennessee. That's right, we're brought to you by the Grand Strand Fishing Rodeo, and I'm up here doing some work for the rodeo and for Trilogy Outdoors this week. But Trilogy Outdoors and Visit Myrtle Beach, South Carolina are proud to present the Grand Strand Fishing Rodeo. You can get signed up if you go to Fishing Chaos, download the app, find the rodeo, get signed up. Entries are low and prizes are huge, from two-man boat by My Tide Boats. We've got a trip to Costa Rica, a trip to South Africa, the Grand Strand Fishing Rodeo. You can also find it at TrilogyOutdoorsMedia.com. Let's talk about all the great things going along. The Spanish mackerel, the bonito, have showed up in big numbers. Everybody from North Carolina to South Carolina hitting those nearshore reefs and the mouth of those jetties, finding some great fish right now. The bonito, not to be confused with the bonita, are an incredible fish. They're in the mackerel family, but they taste incredible. You want something fresh off the boat and cut it up right there at the dock, go ahead and get onto some of those bonito. And you want to find them, get you a #1 planer, put a Christmas tree rig out, chartreuse on your number double alt Clark spoon right behind that. You're gonna have a lot of success. Now also, May coming up, hey, it's time to get out there and chase those grouper. The gag grouper are gonna be thick right now in that 60 to 80 foot of water. They've been pushed inshore a little bit because of their red snappers, but you get out there with a live pinfish, live Boston mackerel, cigar minnow, it doesn't matter. Drop them down, get on those live areas, concentrate on the areas that have a lot of relief. You're gonna find some grouper right now. It's gonna be a great time. It's time to get out there, and remember, grouper are gonna be around, I think, through the middle of June. Remember, fish smarter, not harder, and keep your chaos organized. There we go.
That's a dang spotted bass. You never know what you're gonna catch. Check that out, guys. See, that's what you never know when you get out here on Hartwell if you're gonna catch stripers, white bass, and sometimes the occasional spot, not a big spot, but a nice fish. But today, guys, we're using a caffeine shad primarily, and the way we have it rigged is extremely unique. This particular rig is a straight shank hook. This is only a 2-aught hook with a lead wire wrapped around it. You have to make it yourself, and basically you push that hook to where it's exposed, so when those fish clamp down on it, they get hooked automatically. So that's the big rig, the big secret here on Hartwell to catch those fish. So we're gonna get back to it, and hopefully we'll catch a couple more white bass or striper before the end of the day.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there. Power Pole, total boat control. Balls out. Made in the USA, heavy-duty mounts for your fish finders. Rely on what powers you.
No, that's a big spot. That's a giant spot. I can't wait for y'all to see this fish. Holy cow. There we go. Oh, it's a big spotted bass. Oh my gosh. I thought that was gonna be like a good white bass there, but it's a big spot. Goodness gracious. All right, come on back, baby. Look at this. Look how fat this thing is. Golly. How blown out that fish is right there. So here's what's going on. So what we're out here doing is I'm out here white bass and striper fishing. And the one thing that's always been for sure is the bigger spots, bigger than average spots, seem to run with the stripers. Let me get that fish back. But they seem to run with the stripers, and that's exactly what we found there. So how this all works out is first thing in the morning, for the first couple hours of the morning, is the best time to target the stripers, okay? We can target them on top using that Caffeine shad rig that we had earlier. As the day progresses, as that sun gets higher, that's when you kind of have to start changing. That's when we went to the Damiki rig using a 1/4 ounce tungsten head with that baby Z2. This is a great bait for jigging out there, trying to find those extra fish, especially throughout the day. The cool thing about stripers though, is they feed early and late, and we're getting ready to hit that second feeding window of the day. So I have a really good feeling that we're gonna be able to capitalize on that bite here in just a minute.
Hey guys, Casey O'Donnell coming to you with your Southeast fishing report. The big fish are back on Lake Guntersville, and it's hard for me to stay away from them when they're biting a spinnerbait. So our shad have begun to spawn, and if you want to catch one of those big bass that we were catching back in February and March, you gotta come early in the morning, the first hour, and if we have low light conditions, the shad will continue to spawn throughout the morning. But this is the best way in the month of April to target a big bite, and you cannot beat a white or a natural colored spinnerbait with willow leaves. If you want to learn more about this technique, targeting bass, the type of cover that I'm looking for around the shad spawn, and a couple alternate baits like a square bill or a swim jig, go to Casey O'Donnell on YouTube. I give it all away.
There we go. Oh yeah, that's one. Oh no, that's a giant bass. Oh my gosh. I swear I thought that was a striper. And it is not. That's a big largemouth. So now we've caught white bass, striper, spotted bass. Or is that a big spot? I mean, that's a really big one. Goodness gracious. No, that's a big spot. That's a giant spot. I can't wait for y'all to see this fish. Holy cow. Oh, come here, come here. There we go. Look at the size of that one. Golly. Ugh. That's well over 4 pounds, maybe. closer to 5. I had him stuck good. Yeah, that's probably a 5-pound spot right there. God, what an awesome fish. You know, guys, today we're out here on Hartwell, and man, oh man, anytime you catch fish that size, it's a good day. Let's get this fish back. We're talking a bit about what we're doing here and all the different things that you can catch when you visit. When you find the stripers and white bass, typically you find larger than average spotted bass. I mean, the spots really like to hang around the stripers. And you never really see small spots around stripers because guess why? They get eaten by the stripers. But you know, we made a couple of adjustments today. We were catching primarily on a caffeine shad early this morning, kind of lost track of them, dropped down to that little 1/4 ounce jig head with the baby Z2 and just kind of pinging around trying to find, you know, an active fish. And I saw that big fish, you know, about 70 to 80 feet out there, threw that jig head out there, and I swear on everything, I thought it was gonna be a striper. I mean, it looked big, and for obvious reasons, it was big. So we're gonna try to catch one more big striper before the end of the day. I've got a feeling we're gonna land on them here in just a little while. We're gonna keep grinding, we're gonna keep trying to find those fish, but it just goes to show you how many different fish are on this body of water. I mean, you can go to the bank and catch largemouth, you can come out here and catch spots, striper, white bass. You know, there's big crappie in this lake as well. So it's kind of, the possibilities are endless on this particular body of water, but I'm gonna get back to it. The fishing is just hot. I mean, you can catch fish literally anywhere right now. I went to the bank earlier and threw a Ned rig around and caught a bunch of spotted bass. So you kind of have to keep your mind open and keep your options open because at any given time, you can catch those fish.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Lowrance, the ultimate fishing system. Alabama beaches. You'll get it when you get here. Fish tips. Connect with the experts to find fish fast.
Man, oh man, I love catching spotted bass. There we go. There we go. On the old Ned Ocho. Oh, he's running right at me. There we go. Man, oh man, I love catching spotted bass. There we go. It's not a bad one. Whew. Man, look at that Ned Ocho, it's gone. Nice little fish right there. Check that out. There we go, guys. Here on Lake Hartwell, fishing for these spotted bass, but we're not fishing for them using sonar or anything like that. We're literally going around casting a Ned rig to steep banks, fishing down the bank, old school fishing here on Hartwell. Guys, this is an awesome place. This is one of my favorite places in the country. It has an enormous amount of bass in it. Has all kinds of different species. Today, I want to talk to you about my battery setup. Our batteries in our bass boats are probably one of the least talked about parts of our boats, but maybe one of the most important parts. You know, whether it be starting up my Mercury Pro XS, utilizing my Lowrance electronics, you gotta have power, and power that sustains through the day. You know, I started rely on lithium batteries this past season. Let me tell you guys, they are probably the most dependable battery I've ever had. You know, for years I ran gel cell and AGMs, and I swear I always had a battery fail at the least inopportune time. We've all had it happen. I've had it happen a ton, and I swear I'll sit down and be like, oh my gosh, you picked today to go out. Well, I'm gonna tell you guys, I've been running this Reliant battery all year long. I only run 3 RB100s on my trolling battery. I don't have any backups or anything like that. And I have sustained power full power all day long. I don't care if I run my trolling motor on high all day, I've had power. I can't say I've ever done that with any other battery. I haven't had one go down, get low, anything like that. It's full power all the time. I mean, I've been in sight fishing tournaments this year where I've just turned my trolling motor on high and just went looking, and no power issues. Now, beyond just the trolling motor batteries, I've been running the RB100 HP, which is the cranking battery. I run 2 of those. Now, I started running 2 cranking batteries this year because I had a lot of power issues. When it comes to running these big electronics, active target, and cranking your motor and running all your pumps all day, you gotta have extra power. These RB100 HPs, the cool thing is they have 3 different leads on there. So if you notice on most batteries, they have a single lead and you gotta pile all your wires onto that particular lead or onto a breaker. Well, you don't have to do that anymore. You can spread those wires out. They have full direct power, and that is so important because a lot of times, some of these wires, especially some of the smaller wires, whether it be pumps or electronics or something like that, they're not getting full power because they are so piled up on particular leads. You're gonna get interference, you get all of these different things. We don't have that with rely-on lithium batteries anymore. And I think that's one of the most important aspects of what I'm able to do with my batteries. But for more information on every battery I've talked about, and if you have any questions, check them out at relyonbattery.com.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Lose, Feel the Difference, Strike King, Tie One On, Glacier Outdoor, Outdoors since 1982, Deep Dive, Decode Your Lake. Here's today's Right Stuff presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Today in Lake Hartwell, we used a couple different baits to catch our fish. You know, we started out the morning using one of my favorite little rigs, and that is the Caffeine shad, using that weighted straight shank hook, that 2/0 hook, to hook those fish. You know, it's really important to get casting distance when using that Caffeine shad, and that's why I opted for the custom light. This is the long range rod. This is a 7.5 foot rod, and it's a really good rod for getting that bait out there as far as possible. 10-pound braid to a 12-pound P-line tactical fluorocarbon leader with a custom light 300 size spinning reel. Then as it got hot, as that sun got up and it got calmer, we started just kind of dabbing around with a little minnow. This is just the Baby Z2 in the brand new colored Tennessee shad, 1/4 ounce jig head, 10-pound line, 10-pound P-line tactical, and just using a 7-foot medium action rod. You know, anytime you're going out there chasing those fish, you've got to have equipment that you can depend on and that you have confidence in. And I can't stress that enough because so many times anglers go out there and try to do things that is out of their comfort zone and makes them even less effective on the water. So I kept it pretty simple today, Caffeine shad and using that Baby Z2, and I was able to catch some really nice fish today. A bunch of white bass, one really good striper, broke off a really big striper as well, and don't forget that 5-pound spotted bass. Man, what an amazing day it was. But guys, I'm heading in. I hope y'all learned how to find and catch them here on Hartwell. Until next time, I'll see you on the water.